Good morning. I don't have a coffee today, and I'm not completely sober. So, somehow I'm going to have to record this video and force myself into a zone of thinking. It hasn't started. It may or may not be accessible. This video, I wanted to record about what I've learned about being in the last 2, 3 weeks, maybe a month. Maybe. Who cares? I got fired from work, so that gave me some time to think, first of all. I was in a very tight situation. Well, as we all pretty much are. I mean, it's very uncommon for any of us not to be working for any reason. And you talk about taking a sick leave. Not many of us actually have access to that. The idea of that option, a sick leave. I mean, some people can go to their doctors and ask for a sick leave for difficulties that they're going through, but always depending. What I've learned in the last while, there's been a lot of pressure on learning something because I was on a streak of panicking every day, and I still am. So something had to be changed. And that much was obvious to me in the first place. It's why I was reaching out and recording videos. But what is it that had to change? For a while, I put my focus on the medication because I understood that I don't have a window of opportunity here so much available to me, because consistency here is the problem that's keeping me from making my own realizations. If you can't use your mind consistently, it's not easy to come down to conclusions. And what I mean by using your mind consistently, I mean when you have episodes of, it's kind of like throwing up for your brain, just like after that it's trembling and energyless and cold as a ghost, dry lips, like, what just happened? Oh my god. So going back and forth between those two kinds of thinking, if we're going to compare that back to thinking, it's difficult without some kind of consistency to trust any conclusions. And that's the biggest part of this, I think. It's when you begin not to be able to trust your own conclusions, your own mentality. That's when it gets really dangerous. That's when, dangerous, I don't know what your definition of dangerous is necessarily in a context like this, but what I mean by it is in terms of thinking again, the damage that can be caused. And not just that, but what the impact on your emotional relationship with yourself. That's what I'm getting at. If you break the trust between your thoughts and yourself, and that being sufficient enough for you to continue to survive, you're creating the idea that you cannot survive. The extent to which this is your fault is still to be looked into, because it's a very hypnotic way of entering a problem, creating a problem. That's what I'm getting down to, actually. The main thing that I learned is that I'm creating my own problems, and that a lot of the problems of a lot of the researches that I've been doing have been a little... Oh, look, my hand. A lot of the things that I've been looking